Good morning, everyone. This is Vasu Deshpande from Easylib Software Private Limited. Today's webinar topic is going to be EasyOne Learning Management System. EasyOne is a new brand name we have for the campus ERP application from Easylib, and this software is going to help in end-to-end management of an education institutes, starting from admissions to student master data, attendance, timetable, examinations, transport, alumni, all the way till alumni. So everything that you require for in the software for an education institute is all covered in the EasyOne system. So as a part of this EasyOne, we have this learning management module. So we are going to take this next 1 hour for the webinar. I'll try to cover the demonstration part in about 45 minutes. Then we will have the last few minutes for the question and answer sessions. So let's get started. Just a little bit about us. Easylib is a software company that is um, writing software for the education institutes. So we are very happy that our library management product is used by more than 630 customers, out of which 130 use our latest version, which is on the cloud, and about 500 of them use the software which is on the desktop version. And we are seeing more and more people onboarding to our cloud version of the software. So the LMS, the learning management system, as a part of the, or rather is an extension of Easylib software, and smoothly you can extend the installation from the library management system alone to the entire campus ERP, including the learning management system. So let's get started here. Okay. So the question, okay. So what all we are going to cover in this? So we will cover the basics of what is an LMS. Then we will have the hands-on experience of LMS, including user management, course management, contents, student login experience, assessment, then communication and collaboration, reporting, analytics, administration, configuration, integration, extensibility, and all of this. And finally, we will spend a few minutes on how you can onboard onto the LMS system by Easylib. Okay, so let's get started. What is an LMS, learning management system? So in the traditional scenario, you have a lecturer coming to the class, teaching the students, right? So that is the pen and paper driven teaching method. In the electronic media, we have the whole thing managed with the help of software, right? So what all it includes? So it's driven centrally. You first identify what all you are going to teach in your organization. Rather than doing it in the pen and paper, you do it in the system. Then you have the different levels. First, you start with the institute, then grade, section, subjects, courses, and so on. So you drive the whole thing from the top to down, and the execution happens down. Okay. And at any point of level, based on the authority you have got, you can see the complete progress on a real-time basis. That is the core benefit of this learning management system. The second benefit it offers, this learning management system offers, is it offers a course planning at the minute level. So suppose I am a physics lecturer. In one semester, there are total how many? Let's say out of the 26 weeks, let's say 20 weeks are the teaching weeks and 5 days a week. So 100 days, correct? So even if I exclude the holidays and the examination period and all that, I have at least 80 hours to take. What am I going to teach in 80 hours? You can plan using this LMS system. Okay, so that kind of planning is possible only when you have a thorough LMS system. Then third is you can review the progress as it happens. When the classes are being taken, how many students have attended that? How many students have viewed the videos that have been shared? How many have done the assignment? How many have not even been completed? All that thing you can see the progress almost on a real-time basis, not just for one class. You can see for the entire education institutes. Then going forward, next step, you have the communication module, collaboration among these. All of that is a part of the LMS system over here. So what is the benefit of this whole thing? It simply brings highest amount of efficiency in the operations. So in the absence of an LMS, you'd be spending hours together to see what's happening, how the things are being taught in your organization, right? So now LMS makes that job very easy. And next, another important thing is that you will be able to adapt the best practices no matter where they are happening in the world. You can adapt, see what is happening in US, in other countries, and see whether you want to adapt some of them, or see within India what is being taught, how it is being taught by some of the primary institutions of India, and can you adapt them over here. So that way you will be able to increase your own capability in terms of the academic excellence. And that way, you will not only be able to increase the academic grades of your students, you can also get the better audit scores. So, lot of these benefits you can see in the LMS. Now, on the other hand, if you do not have an LMS, you may be at a loss because the adoption of LMS is moving quite fast. Very fast it is moving actually. So many institutions are already off having this LMS, and it's high time that if you do not have, you should really go with an LMS software. And at Easylib, what we have done is it is not just an learning management system, it is an integrated learning management system. So note this integrated learning management system. What do I mean by integrated learning management system? An LMS will do all these things. Understood. But now an integrated system also talks to the other part of an education administration. Let's say admissions, timetable, attendance, examinations, marks cards, alumni. So continued education, right? Say for example, if you have some of the students who have passed about 4 or 5 years, now you want to offer an refresher course for all of them, right? So now a standalone LMS may not offer that. But when you have an integrated LMS like in Easylib, you will be able to use the alumni management of system by Easylib, send them a communication, have them enrolled into your integrated learning management system in Easylib. So that's the beauty Easylib LMS brings over here. Now, can you please mute everyone? Okay, so now let's go to the next slide. All of you heard about this new education policy, right? So what I'm going to do in the next 30 minutes of this demo is that we will directly dive into the most complex part of this learning management system. So the traditionally you had the grade and then fixed the subjects within that particular grade and the timetable was fixed. Everything was fixed. That's the simplest of it. But now in the learning management system, you have much more advanced one. So now what I'm going to show is the most complex academic setup. So when our software can work with the most complex ones, most likely, definitely you can be confident that it will work within the existing system of education also. We have designed the software to make sure that it meets the current existing academic expectations as well as meets the learning management system. How did we learn all of this? We interacted with many of you. We studied the tenders, RFPs from the worldwide. We studied the NEP education policy and then tried to build the software which will meet this requirement. Now, is it perfect? I think the word called perfect is an oxymoron. It's never going to be perfect, because the moment something is 100%, the definition of 100% itself will be changing. So you are back to 60% again. Then you keep on improving. You reach 80, 90%. Then you suddenly find that there are many more things have come. You are no longer at 90%. You are again back at 60 or 65%. So that's an iterative process. So what we have done is that in Easylib, we have not only built the system to meet the current requirement of the system, we have also built keeping in mind the future trends that are coming, and it's continuously being enhanced. So what I'm going to show today is the current learning management system or other integrated learning management system by Easylib. So let me see this. What is this presentation over here? So there is one slide here, right? If I can zoom. So what you are seeing here is that this is by University of Massachusetts, Amherst, which is already following the equivalent of equivalent of our NEP, National Education Policy. So what they offer is they offer integrated MBA. What is this integrated MBA? In the traditional MBA, you have got MBA first year, you have got MBA second year, or rather MBA first semester, second semester, third semester, fourth semester. And pretty much the subjects that a student studies in first semester are fixed. Second semester are fixed. Third semester are fixed. Maybe in the fourth semester, some electives are offered, right? Now imagine this scenario. If I'm a super fast student, I want to complete that entire 2-year MBA within 1 year. Can I do that in the existing one? No. So that's why this NEP is in place, which offers that flexibility based on my capability, based on the time that I can allocate. I can take any number of subjects in each semester. So no, this is a University of Massachusetts. What they have done is that in order to complete your MBA, you need to complete either 39 credits or 45 credits. If you complete 45 credits, you will get MBA degree with a focus on, let's say, marketing, focus on HR, focus on entrepreneurship, focus on strategy, and so on. But if you want a normal MBA degree without that focus, you complete the 39 credits. So here, if you see, this MBA course has got how many of them? About 13 mandatory courses, right? So 3, 3, 3, 6, 9, 11, 12, and 13. So I need to complete these 13 courses, plus I need to take a few more electives. So in order to make, either I get the 39 credits or 45 credits. What's a credit? Each of the subject, based on the size of the subject, based on the complexity, has got certain weightage over there. For example, it's equivalent to some subjects in our high school, maybe for 100 marks, whereas the third language was only for 50 marks, right? So first language had 150 marks, second language has 100, third language has 50, and then the social studies, science, and uh, the another subject had mathematics had 100 marks each. So totaling about 600. So equivalent of that is that you have 1 credit, 2 credit, 3 credit, and 4, and so on. Some of the prerequisite, before you actually start the course, you may be asked to take some foundation courses. So those are called prerequisites, and they have only 1 credit. On the other hand, many of the subjects have 3 credit, and whereas some of them which are very big, very complex, much more intensive, have got 4 credits here, if you can see here. So totally, you are expected to take 34 credits within this, and then a few more to make it either 39 or 45 in order to get a degree, right? Okay, you may have questions. So what we have done is that for the purpose of this webinar at this moment, for next 30 minutes, everybody is on mute. So we will open up the question answer session. At the end of this, we will have enough time. Even if the session exceeds by 10 minutes, 15 minutes longer, no issues. Everybody's question is going to be clarified. So now this is the Eisenberg MBA, which is offering the courses pretty much equivalent to NEP. I don't know whether it's exactly the same, but what I can see that new education policy offers the colleges to offer the courses in this model. So if I'm a fast student, I can take this 4 in one semester, next 4 in next semester. If I would like to take slowly, I can take only these 2 in one semester. Next I can take 2, next I can take 2. And imagine this, I have completed 1 semester in some other college somewhere else. There I studied, let's say, business law and HR. Now I can directly come to the new college, take the courses that I have not taken earlier. So it offers a lot of flexibility. So I may be first year MBA student. My friend may be first year MBA student. The subjects he studies will be these 2. I study maybe the other 2. So all of this is possible. So now what we have done in Easylib is that we have configured the software as per the current academic method of the traditional education over here. BA, BSc, BCom, engineering, medical, first year, second year, first semester, second semester, all of that, right? Then we have also set up this as per the new education policy. So the software can work with both of this. Okay, let's move on with this. Okay, so where are we going to start? We will do the first setup. So some part will spend time on administration and the functions that a faculty can do. For the purpose of simplicity, even some of the items that are done by faculty, I am going to show by logging in as administration itself. Then another part we will cover how the students will see that. Okay, so where do we start? So let me go to the live demo of Easylib. So when you become a customer of Easylib, you will get an URL here. So I have typed here demo.easylib.net. So when you become a customer, you are college.easylib.net, right? So you type that and this window comes over here. You type your administration ID or faculty ID or student ID. So now I am logging in as a administrator. So now I see this. This is again completely customizable. So when we deploy it for the library, it looks like this. When we deploy it for the entire campus, the view may be changed. There are multiple views are available for this, right? For the sake of simplicity, I have just maintained the existing view itself. Okay. Again, all of these are all the blocks. Can move up and down, change the size, add new photograph, new announcements, and so on. Okay, so let me click here and go to menu. Where will you start? You will start with your establishment. Establishment is, so today if you are a new college, you first go to here and then you create a new institute in Easylib, right? So the software that EasyOne has been designed such that you can pretty much run a university over here. So if you see 22 institutes of different types we have defined in the system just for the testing purpose. For the purpose of our demonstration, I am going to take CK Prahalad Institute of Management, right? So those of you may not know, CK Prahalad was a very renowned management guru. He is from Karnataka and unfortunately passed away about 10 years ago. He was a professor in University of Michigan in US. Some of the books that he has wrote, the Competing for the Future, the Future of Competition, these are very, very, very popular and he is held with high regard as much as like Peter Drucker, Tom Peters and others who are the kind management gurus of this world. Okay, so now what I have done is that for the testing purpose, we have defined a college by name CK Prahalad Institute of Management. That is the first step. Then what you do, let me close this extra window. You will set up this, what you are going to teach in your college, right? So you got to take the grades. So what you are going to do, if you're offering as per the old education policy, you will define MBA first year, second year, or MBA first semester, second semester. Here I'm going to show the demo as per the new education policy. So I have defined something called integrated MBA course, right? So you define, let's say 2 years integrated MBA. Very simple. So simple thing you do. Then what you do for the purpose of making it simplified, you also have a section A, B, C, D because you know the volume is huge. You want to have multiple sections. But when it comes to the new education policy, everything is going to be driven by the courses, right? So, but this section is mandatory. You define this here. So now, if you happen to a medical college or an engineering college, the practicals are offered based on the batch, not on the section, right? You may have in each section, let's say 40 students, but for the purpose of the experiments, you may have only 120 students in each batch. You can create as many batches you want independent of this sections here. Okay. All right. So we'll skip that part also. Next, we will go directly to the subjects what you are going to teach. Again, we will go to the CK Prahalad Institute of Management. What we are going to teach in the integrated MBA course. If I click here, I am seeing all these subjects. Strategic executive communication, foundations of accounting, finance, information management. So what we did was, for the purpose of our testing, we try to feed the data as we saw in this Eisenberg Institute of Management over here to see whether Easylib works to meet the expectations of this. And then if it can work with that level, probably definitely it will work in the current scenario of NEP also. Okay, so let me go here. So you are defining 10 or 20 different subjects here. So you have got different subjects, right? So foundations of finance, information management, accounting you have defined, managerial accounting, corporate finance, analysis, statistics, and so on, right? So again, this is going to be enhanced further because right now I don't see the credit, right? That's going to come up. Maximum marks is going to come up. You know, there are many more enhancements also planned. But right now, let's say you define all these courses in Easylib. So that's the first step. For our practical purpose, we will take this executive communication as one of the subjects that our students will study. Now what you are going to do is, by the way, let's see what are the other things, subjects and the academic grades. Import is also available. You know, if you are a college, you are already teaching so many subjects. You have got in the current scenario, MBA first year, second year, or first semester, second semester, third and fourth. You got BCom, BA, BSc and all right. So the number of subjects that you will be teaching across the entire institution maybe about 200 of them, right? So rather than entering one by one, we have provided a simple import screen. You simply give an Excel with all the data. We will help you import all this directly. It will come over here. Now that answers one question. How long will it take to implement this LMS? We have tried to make sure that the software implementation should not take more than 1 week, including the data migration. That's our goal. So once you give an order, within 1 day, the software gets deployed. And based on the complexity of the data, your data migration will complete anywhere between 1 to 15 days, right? If it is extremely complex, lot of data, maybe it will take more than a week. But otherwise, most of our installations will complete within a week here. So what we have done here is that we are going to use this import all the subjects over here. Once you import, you will see the courses. Okay. So all right, so now you have the subjects. So next what you are going to do is you are going to define this courses here. So let me go into the learning management system. This is where it starts here. Okay, so now again, let me go to CK Prahalad Institute of Management. And now, so you are offering integrated MBA. From which academic year you will start? This is where you defined here. So we defined from 2023 onward, 24, we are going to follow this new education policy. We are going to offer this, right? So I can filter it only for the integrated MBA also. So in the integrated MBA, I am going to teach these 5 courses. So now we had about 15 subjects, right? So based on the subject availability, because in our Eisenberg Institute model, right? Student is supposed to study these 13 classes, but it's not mandatory that you have to offer all the 13 in each semester. Based on your teacher's availability, you can offer only 4 at a time. In this semester, you are going to offer only these 4. Next semester, you are going to offer another 4. Next semester, another 4, and so on. So that way, it's up to you how you want to teach. Because if you want to conduct all parallel 13 sessions at a time, you need larger institute. Do you have that? Do you have that much faculty? Right? All those complexity will come. But on the other hand, if you want to have only 4 sessions going on, let's say only 4 related to this first 4, in the next semester, we are going to teach this 4. The following one, we are going to teach more. Like this, you can. It gives complete freedom, and Easylib also is defined to give you freedom. So for the purpose of testing, we have said that we are going to offer these 5 courses in this semester, right? You can definitely have the ability to simply click on this, add more courses. You assign take this college, what is the course name, and which academic you are going to offer, what is the grade, and what is the subject you are going to teach. Because there are total 13 subjects here, right? Whereas we have defined only 5 courses here. So you are going to teach one of these 13 here. Then who is going to teach, from which day they are going to start, which day they are going to end, right? Again here, in the Eisenberg case, during this semester, which will begin, let's say, in the month of September, it can go till September, October, November, December. 4 months. 4 months is there. But if you want to condense it during the summer holidays, you can teach very condensed one, which will begin on, let's say, July 1st and end on August 31st, because there the holidays are around that time. So here in India case, you can have something starting on April 1st, ending on May 31st during the summer holidays. It's up to you. It all flexibility is offered in Easylib over here. So what I have done is that here I have defined multiple courses under this one subject called marketing management, basics of managerial communication, writing persuasive message, and all of this. These are all part of this subject 584, right? So here we have also taken care to make sure that you had to take the 3-credit course, right? Business law, or the human resource management, 3 credits. But different portions of the human resources law may be taught by different people, right? So when we were in PUC, we had, even though the physics is one subject, heat and sound was taught by one professor, electricals was taught by another one, mechanics was taught by another one. So Easylib also offer the ability to split a subject into multiple courses here, right? So for the purpose of testing, we took one particular subject, strategic executive communication, split into 4 parts, and have also given ability for you to enroll only the students who are interested in enrolling that. Okay, so now we have created a course. The next step, we are going in a very logical way how this LMS is going to work. First, we defined an institute under the university. Then we define what all we are going to teach, what are the grades. Under each grade, we define the different subjects. Under the subjects, we are now creating the different courses for one particular academic year. Okay, now next step, what you are going to do is for each course, you are going to add the different sessions, right? So now again, I go to the CK Prahalad Institute of Management for this academic year. So let me take this course over here, basics of managerial communication. Okay, so now here, let's say this course is going to run for 5 weeks. Okay, so now what you are going to do is in the first week, 17th July, you are going to teach basics of this, what is verbal communication. Next week, you are going to teach about written modes. Next week, you are going to teach about body language, then facial expression, then tips for effective management. So let's say this is a 5 week crash course on the managerial communication over here, the basics. Then there is the advanced course. So what you are doing here is that take one particular course, define into different sessions. Now define the purpose of each session over here, right? So now this is the objective. Now you can use this no matter whether you are following the NEP or the traditional model, right? So before starting this course, you define what is going to be taught in that particular week. If you want to do it for a daily basis, absolutely fine. Easily offer the course. So what you do this particular course, we have got total 80 sessions, and session 1, what is going to be taught? Session 2, 3, 4 until the 80 is exhausted. So you define the different sessions with what is going to be taught in that particular day. Next, what you are going to do is for each of the session, you are going to have this session material, right? So now if I take the CKP again, and the course that we are going to talk about is this basics of managerial communication, right? So in this, there are multiple sessions are defined, right? So here in the previous one, we saw we had assigned a session ID for each of them, right? So now CK Prahalad, and this was the academic year for this particular course, right? So we had this different session ID 1230, 31, 32, 333. These are the session IDs. Now, what you are expecting your students to learn in that particular session, you are going to go in that session material screen over here. Session material, what I'll do is I will take the CKP Institute, and in this course, okay, for this session ID 1230, I am expecting the students to see this particular video, right? I am expecting students to see this video as a part of the next one. Like this, you can define. So now if you have got different material to be covered, say for example, I am expecting the student to see this video. I am expecting them to participate in this discussion. There are a lot of software available in the discussion, right? So now if you want to put, let's do a sample here. 1230, correct? 1230. And on your WhatsApp, I'll put it. Okay. And this time put it. Material type is WhatsApp discussion. And here discuss about importance of communication, right? Something like that you are discussing. So now you put this, add it. Like this, you can add a different material. It could be the PDF, what you are expecting the students to study, the video that you are expecting them to see, the audio books you may add, session material you may want them to walk through, some of the project work you may want them to do, some of the field work you may want to do, anything that you expect them to do in that particular session. It could be 1 week session, it could be 1 day session, or a much longer period. What you are expecting them to do, you create all these sessions over here. Now, the beauty is that the software has the ability when the student logs in and clicks on that, it tracks whether the student has done that particular item or not, right? So now we are still in the administration and faculty view. That is why you are seeing this data here. So now I created these three different sessions. So, if I take this 1230, Again, it's going to filter and show you what are the two ones. So there was a discussion thread, there was a WhatsApp. Okay, if I want, I can add an assignment, quiz I can add, the meeting somebody as a part of the assignment, all of that. In the traditional model, the teaching was the faculty was teaching, the students were hearing, right? And the exams were taken once a 6 months or once in a year. Now, in the new education policy, or when you follow this, you can make it pretty wide open, encouraging the students to do all the items to bring academic excellence using the teaching aids, the group discussions, field visits, the making the videos, making the projects on a week by week basis. Imagine the amount of enthusiasm you can going to bring in the students when you follow this. When you make it more and more interactive, more and more activity based, right? You will see the students getting more and more involved in this. Otherwise, what would happen? You go, you teach, students will go home and leave it. And they will open the book when the exams are going to start. 1 or 2 weeks before the exam, they'll start studying. Do you want that? Or you want a more intense learning where the students are going to learn something, then immediately do the project related to participate in the discussions, do a field work, meeting somebody, write a case study, anything, all of that you can track and easily board. So the session material you are going to add it, right? So now here we have designed the software such that it will meet much complex requirements also. Imagine this, if you are a large institute, let's say one university with about 10 institutes offering 10 grades, each grade offering 10 subjects, each subject offering 10 courses, and each course having, let's say, 100 students. And each course will have 10 sessions, and each session has got 10 session material. Imagine this total 10, 10, 10, 10, 10 multiplied by the, we will end up with about 10,000 sessions here. So if you're already doing this manually and you want to onboard it to Easylib, absolutely no problem. You simply go here and import the courses, import the course session, import the course session material. Now, what we have done in Easylib that through the years of experience and meeting with the different professionals, we have designed the software such that the adoption should be quick. You deploy a software, if your team takes 2 years to adapt to that, it's very slow. So, right? So you should be able to adapt to the new software. Your faculty should be able to adapt to the new software pretty quick. So what you can ask is, you can ask your staff to come up with the sessions and session material, simply give that data in an Excel format, right? And whoever is the administrator can take the data and simply import it. So that when the staff logs in, they'll neatly see, okay, I am teaching integrated management course, communication with the subject, right? Under that verbal communication, these are the 10 sessions I have got. These are the different materials. So they do all the thinking before the academic year starts. And once the academic year starts, they'll simply follow this. So that way there is a lot of efficiency, because the faculty does not have to think one day before the class, oh, tomorrow I have my class here in the first part, this subject, what am I going to teach? You don't want that, right? You want that thought to be prepared much ahead, and you can use Easylib LMS to do that planning much ahead, even months in advance. And there is another beauty over here. So if you have done this exercise last year, and this year, more or less, you are going to follow the same one, no issue. You simply go there, export the data, do whatever changes you wanted. In Excel, you do, and then re-import. And then even after re-importing, you want to do the changes, no problem. Go ahead and do the changes here. So now what we did was, so far started all the way from education institute, then grades, then subjects, then courses, then sessions, session material we have added so far. Okay, let's go back to the PPT here. What is the next step? Okay, so all of this we followed. Okay, let me pause for a minute here before I go into the student enrollment. Okay. All right. So now we have done the setup. Now there is a whole module of the admissions. Admission is an academic process where The advertisement is given. You check the scores in the ComEdK, CET, if you happen to be a medical college, NEET, there is a centralized allocation. All of that is an administrative process that happens. You finally get the list of the students. These are the 50 students which need to be enrolled here. What you do, you go and create the master data for each of the student here. So student master data you create, and then you already have the data that is given in Excel format by admissions department. You simply import it. Otherwise, you use this data and define a student, and student here, give a member ID and add this. If you have photograph, you add it. You get an Excel, import it, right? So now this screen is common for both library and also this. That offers a lot of advantage because there is no duplication of the data here at all. Today, one of the problems that many education institutes facing today is that the names are quite different, right? Say my name itself, if it is Vasu, Vasudev, Vasudeva, three places, right? So now that becomes extremely complex when you try to mix and match. So that is why the Easylib brings one facility where the entire data is going to be managed in one place over here. So you maintain this data over here throughout your system, whether it could be the library, admissions, attendance, timetable, examinations, learning management system. The name for one person is going to be the same no matter which application it is. Name, phone number, email, address, parents, guardian, everything is managed centrally easily. So you first go define this and give a student ID. And if the university has given, use that university ID here. Or if you want to give your own, you go ahead and give that. Okay. Okay. Now we defined a student. Now we are going to enroll the students here. So now there are two parts here. So now for you go to CKP, academic here. So now either you can enroll the students at a time to that grade, or only for the particular courses you can enroll. Both are possible. Say, for example, if you are following the traditional model, somebody who enrolls into first year of BA or first semester of BA will be enrolled automatically in the 5 subjects, right? That is the current scenario. But in the new education policy, as per this, right? So now suppose I am a professional, I am already working somewhere. I have already done my MBA, but I find that one particular subject offered by this particular university is fantastic. I want to learn. So easily what you can do is you can allow enrollment only for one particular subject of particular degree. If I want this financial managerial accounting, only that I can enroll. So Easylib offers the ability to enroll a student both at the grade level or individual course level also. So now if I want to add over here, very simple, add or enroll multiple students. And if you have an Excel, simply go and import the data here, right? So now what I'm going to do, 21 EAC 012, I'm going to enroll this student. So the name comes, I say enroll. Now she is enrolled into MBA, correct? So like that, you can definitely enroll the student. Now I can also enroll the student into the different courses, right? Like for example, so here CK Prahalad Institute of Management for this academic year, for this integrated MBA A section, for this subject, I'm going to enroll a student, right? So now there are the 4 courses under this particular subject. I'm going to take this, see who are enrolled. I want to enroll somebody else. So I can do is enroll multiple members. Simply add this member ID. So 2 members I added, right? I say enroll all of them. So now it's enrolled. If I try to enroll again, it's a duplicate. Okay. So now I have enrolled these 7 students in the basics of managerial communication. Okay. So that is how you can enroll it. Now you want the reports? No problem. So here again, 23, 24 for different batches, for different courses, you will see what is the enrollment in the different grades, section, courses you can see here. Okay. All right, let's now move on. What is the time now? 11:43. Oh, I need to run a little faster. So what I'm going to do, all right. So now I did all the setup. Let's see how the software looks when the student logs in here. So let's do one thing. We'll log in as a student here. So now I'll open a new window. The Google Chrome I'll go and I've been going to log in here. Here I'll put, let's say, directly I put 21 ESC001. I put the password. Each of your student, you communicate the password. Again, there is a communication module in Easylib. At a time, you can send a message to all these students here. Now I log in. I'm a student now. I am logged in here. So look at this. When the student logs in, the menu is only this much. Menu Vijay Lakshmi log out. When the faculty or admin logs in, you have much more. Admin logs in much more. Faculty logs in, they will not have that much, but a little smaller one. Okay. So now I go here. I click on Vijay Lakshmi. And I see the name, my photograph, and all that will come. I am a student here. I go here. Now I click on this. I see what all courses I'm enrolled in. And if you happen to be following the old education policy, you have this again grade course enrollment. And if you have the medical college setup kind of scenario, wherein you will also enroll the student for a particular batch for practicals, no problem, enroll that. The student will get to see what they are enrolled into. So now I am an integrated MBA course. I am enrolled in certain courses. What are the courses? I am enrolled in these 4 courses here. Okay, let me see this strategic executive communication. So I click on this. Go to session. So now there we had those sessions defined, right? When I had logged in as an admin, I had defined these 5 courses, these 5 sessions. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5. So now here, when the student logs in, they are able to see upfront what they are going to learn today. So if some student is fast enough, they want to see at a later point of time what I'm going to study, they can quickly read ahead so that I don't fall behind if I'm not able to attend a class. Now, by the way, this is also integrated with the attendance management. You will get that also. That's why they call this application not just an LMS, we call it as ILMS, Integrated Learning Management System. So I am going to study this week about this, about this, about this, and so on for next 5 weeks. And I click on this, and here I am supposed to see this video. I am supposed to participate in this discussion. I am supposed to participate in WhatsApp. If you want to give the WhatsApp link, directly give it here. It will go to that WhatsApp session. Alternatively, you say, okay, use manually the WhatsApp, no problem. They can go and open the WhatsApp. There you will post a question. Student will keep on debating about that, right? You open the discussion for a week, then you close it, then you move on to the next question pertaining to session 2, session 3, and so on. So here you are asking the students to see this video. It could be your own lecture video, right? So you can put that, or you can put your assignments there, right? So the students are compelled to follow the procedure that you have established here. So this particular video is going to come up. Maybe it's taking a little bit time. It's probably playing a lot of these advertisements, I think. Okay. Okay. So let me see if it can load again. So anyway, it's trying to one more advertisement. Okay. Let's skip these all videos here. Net, when the student clicks on that, you are able to see that video. Now, one question about the videos. Can we load in Easylib server? Of course, you can load the videos in Easylib server. But we also find that Vimeo and YouTube offer much more space, and those servers are optimized for videos. So we are okay. If you want to upload in Easylib server, go ahead and do it. Or you want to upload in YouTube, go ahead and do it and give only the URL here. Both are possible. So as a student, I have the ability to go see the courses that I'm enrolled. I click on the courses that I'm enrolled. Then I see the sessions, what I'm supposed to attend. And I get to see the session material. And I can click on the session material, go and see the particular session material. So it goes in 4 multiple levels are possible here. Now the beauty is that It is not just one subject, multiple subjects, multiple courses. When the student log in, exactly only the things that he logged in will be seen over here. This is quite intuitive, right? The student is not given information of saying that, okay, this is the book, and this is the list of all the 200 videos that you are supposed to see. That will confuse the student. Here, you're only giving the student what he needs to study for that week. The software also has the ability to even hide this material if you choose that parameter. You don't want the session of the next 5 weeks to come over here. Only the text should come. No problem. Only this will be shown, but this link and the session materials will be valid only in that particular week. So all of those are possible in Easylib. Okay. So now as a student is able to see the session material. Now after the session, what he's going to do? He is expected to take the assignments, right? No problem. Here we have an assignment module also in Easylib. Here in the Easylib, use the assignment module and create those assignment. When here on the other hand, if you go here assignment management, the faculty can log in here, create a new assignment, create a assignment header, and then keep adding questions here. Okay, so multiple, this is the test data here, right? Communication, I will choose. Okay, this is another thing. Here I have choose my assignment. Let me choose all open assignment, right? So here verbal communication. Here these are the 3 questions defined. If you want to, you can add 5, you can add 10, you can add, okay. Let's say number 1, if you want to add how many types of okay, what is verbal communication? How important? How many types of communication are there? Okay, simple, some number. I don't. It's a fictitious question. You simply add it, right? So like that, you add that question over here. So when you have whatever you have added here, when the student is logged in and he clicks on the response, he is able to see those questions. Just now we added this. How many types of communication? That question has come. Here it's going to force you to enter the number because there I had chosen the text here. What is verbal communication? So I'll say test. How much is important? Very important. I'll put it here. Okay. And in what way the employee or a student can do better verbal communication? Okay. Study better, study ahead about the subject much better. How many? 4 I put. Okay. What is verbal communication? I'll put speaking skills. Something like that I'm putting submit. Now what happens is that the moment it is submitted, it gets entered into the database and the faculty will be able to see the responses here. So they can go and see what are the responses that the students have given here. Okay. So now Vijay Lakshmi is the one who has answered. I am able to see 4 answers. What is verbal communication? Speaking skill. How much important? Very important. Next step, we have the evaluation coming up over here. It is still under the development, but it's going to come up over here. There you will be able to see tick mark or give a mark saying that, okay, 4 out of 4 or 10 out of 15, something like that. Whatever marks you can give, and then there is the tabulation and so on. So that and all is going to come in future. Okay, so now we covered the assignment. Similarly, there is a quiz also. The difference between assignment and quiz is that in the assignment, you are going to take the text, numbers, date, and different answers. In the quiz, it's only the multiple choice questions you can have, right? So that is the LMS, the way the student logs in here. As you see, right, because Easylib is an integrated system, EasyOne, you are able to see about me, my details, my financials, my library, right? And then you got the learning management, my student. If somebody is a faculty, they have these things. If only a student, they will not see this. Then there is a survey module is there. Member groups you can create, send a mass communication to all the groups, allow the students to form groups. For example, if you are a librarian, you want to form a librarians group, you can do. You want to form the group of the faculty, please do. Subject wise, you can do. All this group formation can be possible over here. Then there is an inventory management, service desk, timesheet management. All those things are possible in Easylib. Okay, and your guardian can log in with this guardian ID. The parents can log in, or you can assign somebody as a mentor to a student. So I can be a mentor to a student. When I'm over here, my students list will come. When I click on that, I can see my students' assignments, progress, performance, and so on. So what we have done in Easylib is that make sure that you get the best of the best system over here. Okay. All right. Let me go to the next. So student login, see courses we saw. Then we have got the sessions we saw. Then we saw the session assignments, session material we saw. Then after that, we saw the taking the assignments, right? So all the way, this is the whole thing over here, the learning management that we are offering in Easylib. It's now almost 11:15. So the few benefits of going with Easylib, EasyOne learning management system is that first, it's integrated with the rest of the things, right? Second, it's offered on the cloud version. You don't need any server. You can access this on your mobile, on a normal Linux PC, Ubuntu, your Windows, any version of the desktop or laptop. Software is ready. You confirm it, gets deployed. Within a week, you'll be up and running. You can start using this LMS system for this academic, this semester itself, right? And it is proven. The library module is running at more than 130 places, right? And the different modules are different, running in different places to a different extent. So it is not a system which is still trial and error and all that. It's built in to handle the volume of thousands of courses that you see over in your college. And as I said, it's an integrated one, right? So you have got the different things over here. It is not just one system offering only these things. Then silo. It's not like that. It combines the different aspects of an education institute over here. And it brings a lot of best practices, new ideas. It's very innovative over here. So if I go into summary, it's hosted application, it's ready, it's a proven, it's a robust background, and it's most innovative system over here. And here we just saw the live demo of the application as well. All right. So now the last slide over here, our contact details. And you want to get the system, just give a call to either Sidhu or myself or Navya, Harsha, Hanumant, Pallavi, Supriya, Ashok, any of you are working with, just to tell them that you would like to go ahead with the learning management system, we'll be able to get it started. As I said, the entire process of deployment is less than a day, and the data import may be a week. It also, of course, depends on how fast you give your data. And the whole system is very competitively priced, and you'll be able to get started, get ahead in this over here. And I can pretty much be sure once you have an advanced system like EasyOne, LMS, you can expect even better grades in NAC, NIRF, and so on also, because a lot of components are part of that the academic credentials expectation. So that's about this webinar, and thank you for attending. Now the forum is open for questions. Navya, can you please unmute everyone?
Okay, sir.